There are memberships for all kinds of things today. But what about memberships for bigger things? Human things. What about being a member of the family? With all of its truths and trials, bad days and good. What about being a member of the community? With all of its unexpected smiles and knocks, hellos and waves. What about being a member of humanity? With all of its questions, challenges, possibilities, and hope. What if there was a membership that gave us the time to do the things that really matter? One that celebrates the things that connect all of us. Welcome to a different kind of membership.
Most people don't put the words cybersecurity and Walmart together. With being one of the largest companies in the world, we have a world-class information security team that services multiple functions, such as risk management, security engineering, security incident management, security laboratory, security operations, project management, and regulatory compliance. In everything we do, we utilize enterprise technologies and constant innovations like big data, AI, and machine learning. We also actively benchmark with industry-leading technology companies and attend some of the largest technology events to stay current on emerging technologies, offense and defense strategies, and the latest tools to secure data. We even host our own information security event called SparkCon. At Walmart, you're not an employee. You're an associate, a team of diverse technologists and global business partners. Being an associate means that we invest in you and your success. This includes access to ongoing training, industry-recognized certifications, conferences, and career growth opportunities, while taking time to have some fun and give back to the community. We're at the forefront of what's happening in the information security industry, so check us out. There's more to Walmart than you think.
Well, good afternoon and welcome. My name is Gary Sims, and I am the Global Cybersecurity Strategist for Walmart. And on behalf of Walmart, I would like to welcome you to the National Day of Design, sponsored and hosted by STEMconnector. It is going to be exciting. Though it's a day of design, it will last for the whole month of October, as October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. In this short session this afternoon, we're going to share with you the why, the what, and the how of preparing your students, faculty, teachers, and I dare say their parents, how to be prepared in this ever-evolving digital landscape. Walmart is proud to partner with STEMconnector to bring the Day of Design to you, and more important, to facilitate a platform where we can address science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. STEM is the backbone of all we do and all we will do going forward. I am super excited to be a part of this platform today and work with some of our friends from STEMconnector to Prince William County Public Schools. Today, we're going to give you some insightful information that will hopefully motivate you to participate in our Day of Design. But to help you understand what information security means to us in our world, I'd like to ask one of my constituents, Mr. Justin Simpson, to give you a little bit of insight.
So in 2011, a storm came through my town and really destroyed it. And I was running a disaster relief center at that time for my community, and Walmart heard about it. Some alumni from my school called me and said, hey, I want to help. I'm like, oh, okay, sure, you can help. And they sent down a truck full of supplies from my disaster relief center. That surprised me and my entire community. Not only did they say to help too, they helped save and serve food, they helped the community out, and I said, okay, great. This must be a different company that I'm not really used to. So after that, I came for an internship, and I said, I'll intern with them. They helped me, I'll go back and see what it's all about. And when I got here, it was a team full of associates that wanted to help me. They were 35, 40 years associates, been here for a very long time, and they invested in me. And every day I came in, they made me feel like I was part of the team. I wasn't an intern. I wasn't this new hire down the street. I was literally part of their team. And so I graduated and I said, okay, I'll leave the intern program. I'll go back to Tuscaloosa and we'll find a different job. But when I came back, I was still part of the team. They so called me, they so texted me, they so made sure that I had everything that I needed, and that surprised me. That's why I'm back today. So I would say if you want to have a challenge and you want to make a difference in the world, because we serve a lot of customers every day, and everything we do goes back to the stores, making sure that shopping experience for them is easy as it can be and it's seamless. That's a hard problem to solve because you have different generations. You have millennials and you have baby boomers, and we're all trying to find a way for them to shop the way they want to shop and how they want to shop. I enjoy that problem. I enjoy problem solving like that. You know, I'm in information security, and I tell everybody every day, to me, it's more than just protecting those customers. It's my grandmother. My grandma shops at Walmart. And so when I'm doing my job, it's personal to me because I want to make sure her information is safe. Walmart really does innovate with art. It's part of our core values. It's a team environment, and we celebrate things big. We have design birthday cakes for everybody in my team. We have team buildings. We have community charities. And there's like things that I really am passionate about in the community we do as a team. I go to my team's baseball games where their kids have parties. I'm invited to all that stuff. I'm part of the team. And that makes it special. It's more than just work for me. It becomes a lifestyle. So my parents think I work in a store somewhere, bagging groceries and everything. But I tell people that my job is to protect the company. At the end of the day, my job is to make sure that everything is secure as possible, to make sure that I protect you as our end customer. I think the thing that has the most impact for me is Walmart gives me the chance to go back to college campuses. And we invest in those campuses and those students. We make sure they have the skill sets they need. And then when they come on board, we become part of their team. We become part of their onboarding experience for them, making sure they have what they need. We become part of the training facilities, making sure they have the skill sets that they need, so no one feels alone once you're part of this company. Walmart's a great place to work because I feel that I have the opportunity for career success. They give me every chance that I want to take the risks that I want to take the products I want to take, and no matter how hard they are. As a matter of fact, they encourage you to take the harder problems that are out there. And then there is no fear of failure. If I fail, they wrap their arms around me and make sure that I get back up again. If you love team environments, if you love hard problems, and if you love to tackle things that have heart and meaning, this is the place for you.
Well, I don't know about you all, but let me just say, listening to Justin, I want to be a part of the InfoSec team. Oh, wait a minute. I have on my InfoSec shirt. I think I'm a part of the team, especially since I'm the Global Information Security Strategist for Walmart. And what does global mean? Well, we're in 27 countries around the world. We're under 56 different banners around the world. My job is fun, and as Justin said, it's a family affair. Even in working in this sponsorship partnership with friends like Denise and Bethany and Amy and Stacy and Kelsey and Christian, Dawn, and I can go on. It almost sounded like we were naming reindeer, and there was Dancer and Prancer and Rudolph. I know we're getting to the holidays, so don't look, but Walmart has a new program called Walmart Plus. You should check it out. And also, it is the holidays. If you have any green shirts that say InfoSec, feel free to send them to me. Okay, enough about me because I have guests waiting in the wings and we really got to keep it moving. So we're super excited to be here talking about STEM, especially the Day of Design, which remember, it goes on for 30 days. But here's what I'd like to have you do for me. A little bit of homework when you play with me. There's a Q&A tab on your screen. If you got a question as we go through this, put your question in there. I have some of my reindeer helping. I'm gonna call them reindeer now because I just made that up. But Amy and Kelsey and Stacy and Kristen, they're all in the background just waiting on your questions. So put them out there so we can answer them. And we'll answer them periodically. And also, here's why you want to keep participating. I have a $100 Walmart gift card I'm going to give away to some lucky winner. I don't know who. They told me I couldn't win. I'm not sure of the rules. I don't know why, but okay, I'll give it away. With all of that said, they're giving me a signal in my ear, keep it moving. So I have to keep it moving. I have to bring my dear, lovely, beautiful friend, Bethany, who's with STEMconnector, to tell us a little bit about the Day of Design. Bethany, take it away.
Hi, Gary. Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. If I do have any green InfoSec shirts, I will definitely send them your way.
Thank you.
And thank you for reminding us of the coming holidays. It's definitely getting cold over here, so I'm starting to get into that Christmas cheer as well. Christmas is my favorite holiday, just FYI. So I'm going to share my screen because I have a couple slides to share. I would love to talk a bit about Day of Design and how you all can get involved. So to begin with, what is Day of Design? Day of Design provides students with opportunities. Oops, let me minimize everyone so I can see. Provides students with the opportunity to increase employability skills by engaging them in fundamental STEM skills development, collaborative problem solving skills, and exposure to STEM opportunities through community-oriented missions. And we do this by partnering with corporations such as Walmart and creating project-based learning activities that are really focused on community problems. And you can see that some of the skills that we're talking about are some of the skills that Justin had mentioned in his presentation that he has gained by working at Walmart. So that's really one of our big major goals. All right, so I'm pretty sure everyone's already guessed by now, but the mission for this year is really all about cybersecurity. Again, this is why we're doing it during Cybersecurity Awareness Month. The mission is called Virtual Voyagers, Boldly Navigating Security and Virtual Collaboration. We have 3 different grade levels, elementary, middle school, and high school, with 2 different missions. The elementary school one is more focused on password protection, and we are drawing attention to digital native versus non-native or digital immigrant. And this is really about, people who grew up with technology, such as the young folks, versus those who did not grow up and are having to learn it now. And so when we think about password protection, we're asking students to design something for maybe their grandma or grandpa who's struggling a bit, and we need to find innovative solutions to keep their passwords safe. The middle school and high school mission is a little bit broader, and we are really trying to align this mission to something they're experiencing now, which is virtual collaboration or remote learning. With COVID-19, we know that all students have had to go remote at some point in their learning experience. So we are asking them to really think about their classroom experience and design an innovative solution to virtual collaboration while also keeping their personal information safe. So if you're virtually collaborating and you're having to share your information with other classmates, what are some of the things that you need to keep private and secure while also having a share feature as well? So these are some of the challenges that we're presenting. For the middle school and high school version, we're even broadening our mission a little bit to the more adventurous students and asking them to think about the essential workers that had to go into work this year. Many of us were able to go and work remote, but some of us couldn't. So is there a solution to some of these problems here as well? Are we able to reinvent some of their jobs so that they can work remote and be safe? So those are other areas that they can take their mission. Now, one of the things that we added this year because of COVID is the option for these out-of-classroom facilitators guides. These are little yellow call-out boxes that allow the teachers or parents to really think about, I'm at home, I'm having to do this activity at home. How can I reinvent the activity a little bit so that it is relevant to my situation? Knowing that everyone's situation is different, we are making this activity as easily usable to anybody regardless of your situation. So this is not just for parents at home or teachers who are teaching a remote class, but it can be used for teachers who are teaching an in-person class and have some students remote, or parents who want to do it at home with their students or with maybe even their nieces and nephews who are in other locations. We offer suggestions for perhaps using a Zoom call to interview their parents or their families, or whatever situation you may be. A couple additional features is, of course, the activity is aligned to NGSS, Common Core, and ISTE standards. The ISTE standards is something new that we added this year, and we hope people enjoy it. Again, as I said, it can be done at home or in the classroom. And the student edition can also be used by teams or individuals. Traditionally, as I mentioned, we have asked teams to do it together, but given COVID-19, anyone can do this be alone as well. As I mentioned earlier, it's aligned to each grade level, elementary, middle school, and high school. And we've also added some optional follow-on or pre-activities as well, so you can extend the learning experience. Now, how to participate. So as Gary mentioned, we're doing this during Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Now, it doesn't mean you have to do this during this month of October, but we definitely encourage it. And what we are asking people to do is, first, download the activity. You can do this by going to nationaldayofdesign.com. Later on in the conversation, I'm going to show the website. So download the activity, document the experience, take pictures of your kids, and share them out with us. Now, if there is privacy concerns, we're not asking everyone to take pictures of students, but if you could share the picture of the prototype, that would be amazing. How do you share it? We are asking everyone to use the hashtags #DayOfDesign2020 or hashtag Walmart Virtual Voyagers, which is the title of the activity, and tagging us at STEMconnector and at Walmart. You can also join a community that we've created on Pod, which I will share in one moment. This is a few examples of our previous participants. You can see the wonderful photos that some teachers have shared with us for previous activities that we've had. And so this is an example of how we would like you to use our hashtags and tagging us and sharing some photos. Again, it doesn't have to be photos of the kids. We would love that if you're able to, but definitely not required. You can see the first photo over here on the right, where the students are holding up the robot that they built. And the picture below that is the process of them building a prototype. So any photos that you can share, we would love to see them. And we, of course, we'll be retweeting them out as well and highlighting what you guys have done. Lastly, I kind of mentioned this, but one of the major components of data design is the community orientation. And given COVID-19, we're not able to be in person and meet up together, but we still want to have that sense of community. So STEMconnector has recently merged with a company called Pod, which is a tech startup, and we've created a pod specifically for National Day of Design. Pod is a mobile social community that brings people together and allows us to kind of work together and communicate. So what you can do if you are watching this right now, you can actually hold up your phone and take a snapshot of the QR code. I tried to make it as big as possible so that it will work for you. And it will take you directly to the National Day of Design pod and allow you to download the app and join the conversation right away. Now, if you prefer to go into the App Store, it's either on Google Play or the Apple App Store, whichever one, you can download Pod Network. And once you've opened the app, you can type in National Day of Design and search specifically for that pod and join that way. We are planning on using this community to really just have a conversation with those who are doing this. This is more of, hey, I have a quick question. How do we do this? You know, and other people presenting and saying, I have this idea, maybe this will work. And we really want it to be a conversation. It doesn't need to be, hey, here's my prototype, I've completed it. But we want it to be a community where you can ask questions, get ideas and solutions. Of course, I will be definitely participating on pods. If you have anything that you are concerned or have questions about, feel free to message me as well. And that is everything. Thank you. Back to you, Gary.
Thank you, my awesome friend Bethany. And yes, you're on my short list for Christmas. Feel free to send me the BMW X6 Vanta Black with armored plating. I would greatly appreciate it. You can send me any BMW you like, actually. I appreciate Christmas gifts in advance. So as you can see, we live a large and exciting life, and we have wonderful and exciting times. So before I bring up one of my friends from Northern Virginia, Prince William County School System, I would like to give away just a little bit of money. So we did this random generator, it picked the name, and the winner of my $100 gift card is Melissa Woods. Welcome to the party. Thank you for participating. Now, you got $100, so surely you can have your students do this activity. Take a picture and send it to Bethany along with your $100 gift card. I know, y'all saying, wow, he's a great comedian. He should go on the road. No, I have a day job. It keeps me really busy. And in that day job, I get to work with phenomenal people like my dear friend, Denise Hebner from Prince William County Schools. Hey, Denise, how are you doing?
Hey, Gary, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm super fantastic, fine and wonderful, boarding on being superb and looking forward to being excellent as we talk about STEM and STEMconnector. And as we jump right into this Day of Design, I was just wondering, Given that this is the National Day of Design and we're doing it in Rogers, Arkansas, and Sunnyvale, California, down in Northern Virginia and Prince William County where you are, what do you think a differentiator is for the Day of Design as the activities are compared to other things that you've seen in the STEM world?
So Gary, we've worked together long enough that you know me, I like to see a world of possibilities, and this particular activity and the way that's approached is just that. This activity has a world of possibilities that helps kids see a world of possibilities. It is just like we heard Justin talking about being part of a team. It's an opportunity to create learning experience where kids can be a part of a team. They can work collaboratively. They can also work individually, and each child has the ability to show their area of, quote, expertise. Everyone likes to be good at something. I mean, I know I like to be good at something. And this particular activity and the design of this allows kids to not only do some critical thinking, some collaborative work, but it helps them with their communication skills and makes them be a part of a group activity, but yet individualized to their own area of expertise. So I loved that it allows all of this critical thinking and connecting to a real world problem and to real world things that kids learn the best when it's real and they can apply it to their own life. It's interest based, and it teaches processes, not just the content, not just an objective, but it helps our kids learn how to think, to be problem solvers, which we need when we work as part of a team and in the real world. So I think just the fact that it includes things like design thinking and things that can be applied outside of the activity, it's a world of possibility because it can be applied to all other areas of the content. So I think it's not a worksheet. Always makes me happy when it's not a worksheet. And it had something in it for each kid. Allows every child a chance to contribute.
That's awesome. I hear you're really good with math and critical thinking and design processes, especially when you're shopping at Nordstrom's Rack. I'm not trying to put you on blast or anything, but I know that based on other information I have. As we move forward, before you can retaliate, so how do you imagine teachers could use this? How could teachers really take advantage of this opportunity that STEMconnector is bringing forth during the Day of Design?
Well, I think there's a lot of different possibilities. And now more than ever in education, in the middle of this unusual time, this pandemic, teachers are being more and more creative with how we apply the resources that we have, how we instruct. We have some teachers that are actually in school buildings face to face. We have teachers that are teaching virtually, and we have to think outside of the box. This gives you an opportunity to use this in a lot of different ways. I think that through virtual instruction, it would be a way to create activities that could be done. And in our division, we call it synchronous, which means all at the same time, we're all learning at the same live, and asynchronous. So this has the possibility to have pieces of the activities loaded as asynchronous learning, because the individual think time for kids and processing time, and then coming back together in your synchronous time and using it as a group. If you're fortunate enough to be in schools and face-to-face, this can be an opportunity where teachers, and at every level, elementary, middle school, high school, it's all different, but it all has the same general aspect that you can do this. The kids can either experience extension activities. You can group kids together collaboratively and really take advantage of each child's activity and the differentiation in the group. So maybe someone who's a higher learner could be paired with someone who needs a little more support, and the end product, it's perfect, and everyone feels good about the work that they're doing. So I see it definitely as something that could be a content lesson, but also an extension opportunities to pull in different aspects, language arts. It doesn't have to just be an activity that's related to the ISTE standards or your digital citizenship. You could pull in a lot of different content areas and have the kids work this as a very, as a project-based learning that extends into other content areas as well. Using your Nearpod, there's a lot of great tools and resources that are listed in the teacher's guides that, I mean, it has endless possibilities.
That's really awesome. And I'm really excited that you see the opportunity to go beyond the various platforms and really engage the students. I know there's a young student, a friend of mine who's on here. His name is Ben Lawrence. He's in elementary school and he's back in the classroom right now. So I really hope his teacher is on and listening. I know his mom is, and I hope that she helps him share this with his school. So Ben, this next question is on your behalf. Hey, Denise, in your school district, what grade levels would you think this activity is most beneficial to? And as you consider to answer that, consider that we're talking to a nationwide audience. So where do you think the focus should be?
So I have to be honest with you. I was digging around, looking at the activities, and so I've had the great experience. I've taught high school and elementary. I've been an administrator at all the way from preschool, elementary, middle school, and high school. And the thing that I've learned is there are no limits, because sometimes in elementary, your elementary school kids can do high school level tasks. And the same thing, sometimes your high school level students need a little bit more support. They need a task that they can feel successful at. So this is such a great opportunity. The guides are differentiated. You have one for elementary, you have one for middle school, you have one for high school. It can be applied at every level. I do have to say, though, I'm going to have to admit, Gary, when we first met, it was at the middle school. I was at the middle school level as an administrator, and you said, Denise, what do you want to do? I said, I want to rule the world, at least the world of middle school. But I really see that middle school and high school, those students could take this and go beyond. There are so many great opportunities that we have in most of our secondary schools with 3D printers, where you could actually, some of our families have 3D printers at home. I'm going to be honest with you, it's limitless, but I love it for all levels. I'm particularly passionate about it for middle school and high school.
So, great answer, very insightful. I saved this next one, and after this, we're going to see if there's a question maybe we can answer. But a question to you, Denise. As you look at all that you're doing in Prince William County, what would you share with other school districts as a best practice for how to communicate the Day of Design and get people excited and ready to participate during this month of information and cybersecurity awareness?
So the one thing that I've learned, I've had the opportunity to work with a couple of different divisions, a lot of different divisions. We have a very large division with a lot of resources. We have 100 learning centers in Prince William County, and we have departments where we have content area specialists, and our content area specialists are the ones who really can take things, build on it, communicate with our department chairs or communicate with our building principals who share content. So I always like to make sure that we're working through our central office. But I will say this, whatever meets your division's needs or your school's needs. Some divisions are smaller and only have 2 or 3, and it can be right there at the building level. I love a point of contact in a building or at a school division that is the person who takes it, promotes it, and helps build a partnership in the schools or within the division to promote it. So I can see even partnering in Prince William County Schools, we're partnering with our education foundation. So we've advertised through using Spark and our content areas. My colleagues, I have several other level associate superintendents that I work with, sharing with the people who directly supervise schools. So just get the word out there, whatever method works for where your division is.
Awesome, that's really good. So I want to at least grab one quick question from the audience. I know we've been answering them live as we've been going around. As I told you, I have a crew of really super fantastic people in the back, and I really could never do a show without recognizing my super tech hero, Alex Larson, who makes all of this possible, ticks and ties and pull it all together and make me look good on the screen because it's cool like that. Hey, Amy, is there a question out there we can answer?
I think the most important question was around how do parents, aspiring teachers, and teachers support their students? And in addition to the student guides, there are also leader guides. So if you're a teacher, if you're a parent, if you are a teacher in training, there is an accompanying guide to support you throughout this mission as well. And the student guides and the leader guides can all be directly downloaded for free on the Day of Design website.
Awesome, Amy. Thanks for that answer and sharing that with our nationwide audience here. Thanks for everyone for participating. I want to thank my dear friend Denise Huebner. Here's an inside note to her. I know who Gary number 1 is. Hey, audience, I'm Gary number 2. Denise's husband is Gary number 1 because he gets to pay all the bills and stuff. I'm too poor for that. But anyway, as we move on, put a bow on this and wrap it up. Again, Walmart is super excited to be supporting the National Day of Design, sponsored and powered by Walmart and supported by STEMconnector. I'm going to toss it over to Bethany for a quick closing comment, and then we're going to put a bow on this and let everybody get back to enjoying their evening. Bethany, what's your closing thoughts?
Thanks so much, Gary. I just want to close by actually showing the website just to walk through really quickly some of the resources we have because we're getting some questions on that. So I'm going to
absolutely
my screen. Okay, here we go. So here is our web page. You can see we have the logos up and everything. Here's the title. You're going to see that we have our webinar up here and ready, which will go down soon now that we're finishing up. This does explain a little bit about the mission background in terms of why we chose cybersecurity and so forth. If you are a school administrator or someone who works with teachers, you have the option of clicking here to download a one-pager that you can share out, and that's probably the best way to get the information out to your teachers. This is the video that you saw as we had this actually created specifically for National Day of Design, as we really wanted to show students why cybersecurity was important and how this activity can really tie to their future careers. So thank you again for Justin for doing the interview for us. Now down here is where you can launch your activity. If you click on here, this is where you can download the activity. There is a quick form that we'd love everyone to fill out and to download the activity. It's just some questions about how you're using it, who you plan on using it with, and so forth. Now here is the wonderful resources that we do have. Now these links over here are some of the resources that are actually on the activity itself. But again, the activity is a PDF. So if you have issue clicking on the links from the PDF itself, you can just go straight back to our webpage and find the link from here and click on it. Some of these are videos that you can watch with your kids. Again, I don't want to spoil too much because I want everyone to just really download the activity and try it themselves. But it's made so easy for anyone to do, regardless whether you're a teacher, a parent, out of classroom, provider or anything like that. So try it out, but here's all the resources. We try to make it as easy as possible for you. Now down here is some additional resources that are not included in the activity. This is because there's just a lot of information out there and we didn't want to bombard the PDFs with all these links. We wanted to make sure that it was pretty clean, and so we chose the best ones and put it in, or the most relevant ones to the activity, and put them in the activity itself. But we felt that these additional resources could also be really beneficial, so we encourage you to check them out here as well. And again, the last thing I have to say is really just do the activity, download it, and then share with us what you've done. We're really excited for everyone's participation, and we hope you enjoy the activity.
Thank you very much, Bethany. And thank you all for participating. Again, Walmart is very excited to be a proud sponsor of the Day of Design. Even though it's 30 days in October, I know everyone's wondering, why is it called the Day of Design? Because the trademark for the month of design was already taken. Now, honestly, because that's what STEMconnector and Bethany and them always call it. And we're just proud to be a part of it. I want to give a shout out to our STEM liaison, Stacy Trucks, who brought this all together on the Walmart part. We're really appreciative of her. And I want to thank Amy for participating, Kristen and Kelsey, and absolutely my dear friend Denise and Bethany. To all of you all, please participate. Please share. I saw in one of the Q&A, someone say this would be a great way to globally connect with other schools and school districts and see what they're doing. Let's start a synergy around STEM that drives an exciting time, not only throughout October, but throughout the years to come, to help our young, bright minds evolve, excel, and take over this world. It's been great talking to you. On behalf of Walmart, our STEMconnector partners, thank you and have a good day.